Hello, welcome to Catholic Life, ordinary people with extraordinary faith. I'm Deacon Jody Moscona. Thank you for joining us today. Recently, the diocese was blessed with the ordination of 4 new permanent deacons, and today we have one of the newly ordained deacons with us, Deacon Tram Phan. Easy for me to say.
Yes.
How you doing, Deacon?
I'm doing fine. It's just so exciting to be in here.
It's exciting for the whole diocese because whenever we have new clergy, it gives the diocese new life, you know, and so y'all are a blessing, all 4 of you, to all of us, and congratulations.
And thank you very much for inviting me to come in here today.
Not a problem. It's our pleasure, and it's a blessing for us to have you here. Listen, I read your bio, you know, the article in the commentator, and I was like amazed at your background. I mean, being born in Vietnam, coming over here, and we'll get to the formation part later. But tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, I came to the States in 1991. I'm 19, and I finished high school back in my country. So when I come in here, my English is not good. So my cousin told me, you got to go back into high school, so learn some more English. So I go back into sophomore in high school, and I graduated in 93 and go into ULM on Monroe. I couldn't remember that too long ago, but more than 20 years ago. So
Yes.
And thank God, become the pharmacist and work at the pharmacist for a long time. Mm-hmm. It kind of struggling to seeking the honor for myself because I came in here with nothing, and I earned. It's not really a lot, but you know, like for me, it's very accomplished. So I'm so proud of myself, and everything I'm thinking, this is me. I do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, people don't realize what a struggle it is when somebody from a foreign country comes to the United States. It's known to be the land of opportunity, but you got to take advantage of it. You obviously did that, and your family should be very proud of all that you've accomplished being a pharmacist, and that's a great profession.
Yes, I didn't realize that it's until recently, God have choose the pathway for me to go, and He planned for me at the beginning.
Yeah, God's in charge, isn't He?
It's exactly. It's all I have to do is just submit myself to Him, and I just realize that right now.
So in Vietnam, your family was Catholic, and you were all family your whole life?
Yes. Matter of fact, my mom, and I have to say because of her, and my discerning, she very devotion, and she prayed for all of us and for the calling.
Right.
For all of us.
Now, do you have brothers and sisters that came with y'all?
Yes, I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters, so I'm the youngest one in the family.
You're the baby.
I'm the baby. Yes.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So look, when you came here and you had to go back to high school, it must have been kind of a little bit of a disheartening thing to have to go backwards a little bit, but it served you well, didn't it?
It surely is, but at that time, I thinking I do it myself, but actually the truth is now I just realize God has given me the grace to do so. Mm-hmm. And if now I'm thinking about it, I have to do it again, I don't think I can do it. I'm 19 and go back in high school and see 14 or 15-year-old kids and go around with you and just like, I don't know how I can do it that time. But thank God for that grace.
You did have a lot of grace to do that. That's awesome. So you're married, and tell me about your family.
I'm married a beautiful wife. Her name is Thuy, and I have 3 beautiful daughters.
3 daughters.
Behind the camera, they're very expensive. You know how daughter is.
I'll tell you, that's great. So tell me a little bit about what parish were you living in, your church parish and everything. Tell me a little bit about that.
I live by St. John, Vianney. That's my territory parish, but my personal parish is at St. Anthony, and now I'm deacon assistant at St. Anthony. I'm
Great.
serving at St. Anthony.
That's awesome. That's great. You know, all of us have a story about being called to the diaconate, you know, and some of us, it was a quick call, and some of us, it took a long time. Tell us about your call to the deacon program.
My call is it's very different for me particularly. Just like I say, I came in here with nothing. I earned that to become the pharmacist and making a little money, and I'm just seeking for the honor for myself. I'm just, like if the people have things, I have to have them. And when I have them, I'm not satisfied with this, and I'm looking for a better thing. And I keep doing this, and I just got tired of that. So, and make the long story short, one day I come across into the video, one of the priests, he say he got to struggling with his faith too. But instead he looking and thinking why everything bad happened to him, and he realized that why not happen to him? Why the homeless people outside is not him? And why it's the sick people is not him? And he just realized that he have a lot of blessing from God. Mm-hmm. So, and look at myself, I just say, it's the same thing as me, all complaining. I have a beautiful wife, I have a beautiful house, I have a beautiful daughter. What else I want? So I just realized that I have more than I deserve to have. So time for me to pay it back. So I didn't know exactly what to do. I just know that if God give me the grace, that I have more than what I deserve.
Yeah. So you felt the blessings.
I felt the overwhelmed blessing, not just a regular blessing. It didn't mean that God loved me more than anybody. But if I feel that my personal is over blessing from God, He loved everybody the same. But for me, I personally feel myself that He loved me. He have a plan for me, so He placed me in the different particular way.
So what you just said is very, very insightful for the audience, and that is God had a plan for you, and we all should realize that God has a plan for us. It's for us to respond to that plan. And He gave you some gifts and some blessings, and you took advantage of it to get to be a pharmacist and to take care of your family in a very effective way. And that's a credit to not only you, but to God, and to you receiving God's call. And that's amazing. That's amazing.
Now, if I just really is how the people recognize what God called for me. At first, we recognize what God blessing is. It not just happened for no reason. And so we bring it to God and we pray, why you bless me that much? What you want me to do? Mm-hmm. Show me, reveal it to me. And surely He will reveal it to us. It's just like me, I just see the blessing.
Mm-hmm. One of the things about being a deacon is because of the way our call is, that we're assigned to a parish. It's not a job. It's a call. It's a vocation. It's a ministry. We have to have a way to take care of our family outside of our diaconate. And so when God blesses us, sometimes it's to prepare us to be able to be a deacon and serve without it being our job. And God certainly did that for you. And the fact that you recognize that is really, really fantastic. So when did you really feel like deacon was the call? Like when did you feel pulled? A lot of the deacons I interview say, I wasn't trying, I got pulled into it. Is that what happened for you?
It kind of, I know that I have to serve, I have to pay back, not using the term to pay back, but I have to serve. And for me, I'm not really, if I volunteer and it's sudden, I'm going to get tired of them, I'm going to withdraw on this. I say, if I want to serve, I want to make sure myself stay in there forever, for a long time. What I can do, I cannot be a priest, I'm married, So, and I look into deacon, I see the guy with the little store across, and I say, who is this guy? I don't even know exactly what a deacon means.
Right.
So I looking into it, and it sounds so good. Hey, you holy order.
Right.
And I pray to God, I say, okay, I want to be one.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it to, but the way that God do it so beautiful. In my job, I work every other weekend. I work night and day. So I know becoming a deacon, I have to go in school. So I thinking to myself, I will not have time to go to school because the schedule, the work schedule, put into it. I say, I want to do it. If you want me to, so just give me the time. And he surely did.
That's amazing.
It's a long way go back into it. It's struggling. My wife told me, I never see the pharmacist like you. The more you work, the higher pay you got, the less you do. But you're the opposite one. The longer you be the pharmacist, the harder you work, the less pay you got. That's beautiful. God
Well,
doing
sometimes you get paid in other ways, right?
That's exactly. I want to pay another way.
Yeah,
better.
sometimes it's time, so you can do the things you want to do. I want to talk about the formation process after we take a break, okay? But before we take a break, let me ask you, I'm guessing that your wife was 100% behind you being a deacon. Is that correct?
It actually true, and I really thank God. So He gave me everything. It makes sure the way I'm supposed to be. So my wife is, and I just realized, I say, my wife have done things she didn't like to do. So just because of me to support me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's all of us.
Yes, yes,
you know,
yes. So,
blessed with a wonderful wife, you know.
I be deacon. I say, yeah, you sacrifice a lot. Actually, I'm not really thinking I'm sacrificed because I kind of choose in that way. I'm not like to study, but like God give me the grace. I'm enjoy to study right now a little bit. I like to serve the people. I like to do something. Matter of fact, I love to become a deacon at the point.
Mm-hmm.
I love to do to become a deacon, but my wife she did not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and she have to sacrifice because the job I left behind, she got to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll pick up right there. How's that?
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. We're going to take a short break, and on the other side, we're going to continue with our new deacon, Deacon Tram Phan. We'll be right back.
With so many different channels to keep track of, it can be difficult to keep up with what's going on in our local church these days. That's why the Diocese of Baton Rouge is announcing the all-new, redesigned diobr.org. That's diobr.org. diobr.org is the place you'll find all the information you need right at your fingertips, including articles and archives from the Catholic Commentator newspaper, live streaming and original programming from Catholic Life Television, a comprehensive event calendar spanning all our departments, new opportunities to learn from the Office of Evangelization and Catechesis, profiles of each of our parishes and easy access to their websites, an updated roster of our priests, deacons, and seminarians so you can keep track of them, and a new parish finder tool designed to find the nearest church and mass time in less than 3 clicks. There's so much more to discover right now at diobr.org, so log on and stay informed.
If you're discerning a call to the priesthood or religious life, contact the Office of Vocations at the Diocese of Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to Catholic Life, Ordinary People with Extraordinary Faith. Today, we're talking to one of our newest deacons who was recently ordained for the Diocese of Baton Rouge, and that's Deacon Tram Phan. And welcome back.
Thank you.
Listen, before the break, you were just kind of hinting that maybe this was a little bit difficult for your wife. After the ordination, is it better?
It's still difficult.
Still difficult. Tell us a little bit, share with the folks about it, because this is good for people to know about what it is to be a deacon, because we might have some people discerning, and they need to know the background.
Yeah, if you're a golfer, you play golf, you love to play golf, and you're watching the golf game all day, you can. But people not playing golf and they got tired because the golf game is so boring. But you playing it, you enjoy it, just like a new deacon.
Oh, I see.
It's all I want to be served, because so energized. God has given me that, and it's so everything I want to do is just go out and serve all the time I have. Mm-hmm. But I have to realize that my family is still number one.
Right. And
it's very hard for me to go back and say, okay, I serve my family before I serve the church, because right now it's my energy is serving the church. It's very difficult for me, so I have to thank God, it's humbly enough to do what I don't like to do. It's serve my family, but I have to serve my family, to have to help my wife first, and then the church later. That's more difficult than to serve the church.
Right, and that's the way the deacon program is set up, that your first vocation is your family, and then your second is your ordained ministry. And it's hard for some of us, especially when we're first ordained. That whole word enthusiasm is ethos, it's God within. So when we get ordained, God is within us, and we get so much enthusiasm that we want to say yes every time they ask. And sometimes we forget to check home first.
Yes, I can serve the church for 24 hours and then going home and do the thing at home, and just like, oh no.
I understand. So tell me a little bit about formation. You mentioned that your job was going to make it a little bit difficult to take the classes, but you certainly worked it out, didn't you?
Just like I mentioned before, my English is not good. So if my brother deacon, read the article for 10 minutes, it takes me an hour to do so. So at the very first time, the very first semester, it's the first article I read, I remember, I threw the book across in the room because it's so difficult. Every word I read, I have to open the dictionary to see what it means. And when you pick up the word together, it's not coming together. So you have to, I don't know how I can do it. But God gave me the grace.
God gave you the grace.
It's very difficult. And say you go back into the time, if God gave me the grace to do it, I can, but right now, I don't think so. That's too much. I don't know how I can do it.
And then you got grace to be able to do it.
Yes.
So, the program is so different now than when I went through. When I went through, the classes were just for deacons, and they were tailor-made for us, and it was, in a sense, groomed for us. But you were put right into the classroom with all the students at Fran U, and you had to take the same class they were taking. So there was no special treatment, was there?
Not at all.
Just jump in, here's what you have to read, and here's what you have to write about it, and no breaks. Just the truth, right?
Yeah, actually, I have to thank the professor at Fran U, because a few times I'm thinking about I'm going to discern it now because I'm not qualified for it, because it's the understanding of the material is very difficult for me. So, but now I just realize before I go into the program, I don't know anything. But Now I still don't know anything, but I know what I don't know.
Oh, that's very nice. When you know what you don't know, then you know what you have to learn.
Correct.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So, oftentimes what I'm told is it's not about the classes, it's about the formation. And my understanding is it's a holistic formation, spiritual, mental, the whole part of the program. Well, how was that? Was that a good experience?
It's a very good experience. For me, the program, it's just not the academic program for me, especially for me to train me for the whole life, how to organize time, how to make time for the church. And right now I just realize, okay, how I'm making time for the study, how I'm making time for eating, how I'm making time for sleeping, how I'm making time to do, like that thing around the house. It's not the same thing in the program. How I'm making time for my church, how I make time for my family, how I make time for my kids. It training me how to do it in the way God wants me to do it. It's not my ego. Okay, I do it to the church, so they say, yeah, he a good deacon. It's not my intention. It just make sure time my family been taken care of and organized. So I thank you for the program. I know how to manage time right now because of the program.
Very good. So as ordination day approached, were you getting more and more excited?
It actually, just like I told you at the beginning, I'm still on the clouds right now. So please pull me back into reality. It just seemed like I kind of realized that I'm become the deacon. I am the deacon, and it's so much a blessing. It by the people coming, and I see it how much love I see the people loving me and loving God through the way they support me. So it just say, I don't know. I'm still not grasping that.
So on ordination day, tell me your experience.
One of the professor coming to me and he say, congratulations, and today is the day. I say, yes, if I can hold myself together and not do crazy things like crying and so it's just a very special feeling. It's a very special feeling. It's just like when I come in there, I say, what I do to deserve this? The holy order, you give it to me. You send me out personally through the bishop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I do. Everybody have a different call, but for me particularly, I see it's so pleasant for me.
Mm-hmm.
And just like before, God loved me the same, and God loved everybody. And for me, I just see God's love. It's revealed to me. It's just like, wow.
So it's very humbling, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially when you prostrate on the ground.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's when I lay down and I feel like, okay, that's it. I'm nothing.
Total surrender.
Total surrender. So you're gonna bring me to the spot where you want me to be. So I'm lay right here. That's it. That's how I just submit myself to you totally.
And then the bishop lays hands on you and congratulates you. It's like,
it's a feeling, I don't know. It's a really funny feeling when the bishop lay hand on me. He intentionally to do it or something. He just put a little pressure in there. I just feel like Holy Spirit, just like pressure on my hand. It's just like, I don't know that if he lay in my hand, it just like gotta squeeze it up a little bit. I feel that little, that's just little, just like a little kick.
What I know is that moment when the bishop lays hands, that's what we read about in the Bible, about laying hands. Paul laying hands, the apostles laying hands, and a successor of an apostle laying hands. And folks, let me just tell you, if you feel the call to the diaconate, you should discern, because that could be the Holy Spirit calling them, right?
Yes, I did. I did feel the pressure. I didn't know that the bishop, intensely to squeeze my hand or not, but I feel that pressure and there, just like the kick into me.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
may have to look in for the picture and see.
So when you walked out and you processed out, and you're now a deacon. Tell me about that feeling.
That feeling just like, you see, I'm like a soldier. I come back and everybody clapping hands and welcome me to bring in the victory. So it just like I feel so pleasant. I just
Yes.
I be a part of the diocese. I be a part of the church, and then I don't know. It's just exactly just like, I don't know.
So you're assigned to St. Anthony, and that's your permanent assignment. And how is that going?
It goes very well. The people in there and support me very well, and thank you very much for all the people. And you see the church, and that it's a little less than a half of the church is Vietnamese. It's a lot of Vietnamese coming there to pray for me. Yeah.
So do you speak Vietnamese to some
I
of them?
speak it very well.
Okay. So the people probably respond to that, speaking in their language.
Yes.
See, that's a blessing for the diocese to have a deacon that can speak the language to the people in their own language. That's very, very important. So you're a blessing to all of us, blessing to our diocese. And if you wanted to say anything to the people about the diaconate, what would you tell them as we kind of get close to wrapping up?
On Monday, I come in now with something, it really helped me a lot. St. Catherine, Siena, and she's serving a cancer lady, and she really got a problem because the cancer is spreading out too much. So, and she have to wash in her, and the bowl of that washing water is so sting and it's so disgusting. But she drank that, and she said that's the sweetest ever she can, she have
Sweetest thing ever, because it's the result of service.
So I just realized that her faith is just, it's a bowl of water, a dirty water like this. That's the truth, is nobody can taste this. God has sanctified. If you have faith in God, He's gonna sanctify everything.
And He certainly sanctified you, my friend.
He surely did. He surely did.
Boy, I tell you what, I hope you got what I got out of this, because this is a great story. And thank you so much for being with us today. And thank you so much for being with us on the show today. If you enjoyed this program, come back next time, because we hope to interview all the new deacons. Until next time, God bless everyone.